This is Mark Cavaliere with the Southwest Coalition for Life, and we started in the fall of 2014 when a whole woman's health abortion facility came across the state lines from Texas into Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is the city of the crosses, because the state of New Mexico has no laws, no restrictions on abortion whatsoever. And so with the help of our friend Gabby Avila, who is the 40 Days for Life leader in our neighboring city of El Paso, we were able to launch our first 40 Days campaign 10 days early so that we were actually present in prayer on the sidewalk from day one of their planned grand opening. And because of that, their opening actually ended up being delayed by almost exactly 40 days. But we then continued until our fifth and final campaign, until we finally filled every single hour in prayer. And much to our welcome surprise, the Whole Woman's Health facility shut down just a few weeks later. And I love sharing this message from Las Cruces, which is this, is that you can do this, that you can do this in spite of the politics, in spite of the laws, in spite of the lack of laws. 40 Days for Life helped us to realize that it's not enough just to petition Caesar to come in and help our neighbor for us. That's not what we're called to do. Instead, our community united together and said, not in our town and not on our watch. And we instead turned to our gracious and merciful King, who responds a lot better than Caesar. And after God ended abortion in Las Cruces, we knew that we couldn't stop. Those in Las Cruces said, you know what, we can do 40 days. Now let's do 40 miles and to the next nearest abortion facility. And so we teamed up with our pro-life neighbors in Santa Teresa, New Mexico, and El Paso, Texas. And by the grace of God, we have now seen our entire borderland region united together, the body of Christ working together across state lines, across denominational lines, across partisan lines, even across national lines, with some of our volunteers coming up from Juarez, Mexico, for these past two simultaneous vigils that we just completed in an amazing Unbroken Chain initiative with amazing teams of dedicated day captains at each, several of whom did weekly 12-hour shifts on the sidewalk themselves, hundreds of prayer warriors coming, and through this united effort, God was able to save at least 8 babies that we know of. There was one case of a mom who was moved by the prayer on the sidewalk and ran out to announce with a smile on her face that we're going to have a baby, and the sidewalk just erupted with cheers and applause. We had another case of a mom who drove 4 hours. She was being pressured by her doctors to have an abortion for medical reasons, and feeling like she had no choice, she went and joined our prayer warriors on her knees on the sidewalk, which gave her the grace to later jump off the abortion table shortly after, and where she was finally redirected to life-affirming medical support from our local Guiding Star Pregnancy Center. All of these blessings just because of one person, because of each person said yes to answer Christ's call to keep watch for at least 1 hour, to speak up for the least of his brethren who cannot speak for themselves.